Right, so what we're doing is we're trying to link the technical components of peering and interconnection with the, maybe yesterday we spoke about the importance of local content and the role that entrepreneurs play in building out awareness and actually using the infrastructure to deliver new services. So our next presenter is going to share with us, as soon as his presentation gets up, he's going to share with us what his company is doing here in Curacao.
Yes, in Curacao.
Right. And then we'll move from that to the panel discussion, which covers which ties everything together. So let's get the presentation up, and let's get going.
Yes, let's start without the presentation. My name is Wouter. Thank you for having me here and invited me. It's an honor to be here among such great companies and individuals. I have created a presentation for you about my companies and in particular our new startup called Stampwallet. So I hope we can start now. So there it is. Stampwallet. Let's see if this works as well. Naar boven of naar beneden, toch? All right. So like I said, my name is Wouter. I'm 33 years old and I'm in Curacao since 2003. I'm CEO and founder of Media509, QBF Solutions and Stampwallet. That's not to brag, that's just to show how busy I am. I'm the creator of Stampwallet loyalty platform, Resocialize, Contract Notify, We Notify You, iBeacon Butler, Car Wash app, iBeacon Guided Tours, and FM radio app, all from Curacao. If you talk about one of my companies, you usually talk about or hear the keywords web, app development, web and app designer, iBeacon specialist and enthusiastics, loyalty, online marketing, white labeling, notification services, Stampwallet, proximity marketing, and location services. Oh, wrong one. The index of my half-hour talk looks a lot, but I will be really fast. About Stampwallet, how it works in the background. I assume everyone has Stampwallet on his phone right now, so thank you for downloading it already. How it works, iBeacons, just some background information about iBeacon because maybe you don't know what it is. The challenges we faced and also the solutions, building our own hardware and a partnership we just signed in Canada with a nice company. Our own iBeacon, we call it the S-Beacon instead of an iBeacon, also called the Super iBeacon. The Internet of Things, so connecting our platform to off and online tools. Integration, so how does that work? Data analytics and future challenges I want to discuss with you, or maybe later in the panel after my presentation. So what is Stampwallet? Stampwallet is a loyalty platform for users and a smart wallet for customers. For customers, Stampwallet is nothing more than an easy-to-use app with something they already know, the old-fashioned stamp cards. I'm from Holland, original, and everyone wants to save, so it's something really familiar, and that was really important for us to make the adoption a bit higher than another app. For merchants, it's more. So it looks like a stamp card, but for a merchant, it's really a platform to build a database with loyal customers, analyze customer behavior, contact customers, and reward customers with prices, discounts, or specials, and really important to learn from it. The unique thing about Stampwallet is that we use iBeacons, NFC, GPS, and Wi-Fi to enhance the customer experience and gather unique data for a business. Our mission is to conquer the world. Of course, it's a really big mission, but Stampwallet is a worldwide preferred smart wallet for loyalty cards. We started in Curacao and now are active in 13 countries. We just started the strategy with agents and it's going really well. So we, for example, have an agent in Tanzania, in Morocco, in Panama, and it's growing weekly. Why would merchants use Stampwallet? Really important to know the background first. Like I told, build a database with loyal customers, loyalty and marketing platform, drive traffic to their venue, increase sales by targeting existing customers. Really important fact is that it's 5 to 10 times easier to sell to existing customers than new customers. That's interesting because that's why Stampwallet is a tool to make sure you will have your returning customers. Sorry. Loyal customers spend 67% more than new customers. You can contact customers. Customers can easily contact merchants using the Stampwallet app because it's also a directory with content of the particular stores. Gain real-time insights, analytics platform to analyze customer behavior. Thank your loyal customers for choosing your venue, something that's really important. And easy to implement in your business, available worldwide. Is that mine? Available worldwide and suitable for every type of market. You can have Stampwallet in a store, in a gym, you can have it in supermarkets. You can have it in supermarkets and every type of market you can imagine. So how it works, it's pretty simple. Every store, for now I call it a store, okay? So that's a type of market I want to explain now. In a store, a customer buys something. Every store has a unique store ID connected to an iBeacon or a QR code. We have 8 ways to collect stamps. I will come to that later. A user is connected with his phone to the Stampwallet cloud. When the purchase is made, it's really simple. It's not connected to the POS or to the printer. In this case, this is Stampwallet Basic. I will explain later how we have Stampwallet POS as well. But the user is connected to the stamp or to the cloud. The cashier says, okay, you have now earned 1 stamp. He shows the QR code or the super iBeacon, and you have to scan the QR code or you have to put your phone on the iBeacon to get a stamp on your stamp card. Just like it showed there, you see the stamp card plus X, we save it to the cloud. In a period of time you get more stamps. You have a full card, and redeeming a full card works exactly the same way. So just scan a QR code or put your phone on a wallet, and our system will register this for the merchant so he can analyze the data. What's also really interesting, in this case, the iBeacon is also checking if the iBeacon and GPS are checking if a customer is near your store, that's till even 100 meters, and we can also check if it's in your store or at your register. So that's really interesting data to work with. Like I told earlier, we have multiple ways to collect. I only explained the built-in QR code reader and the touch iBeacon for now, but we have more. So we have a click beacon. That's a small device that's on the neck, like this, on a lanyard of the cashier. It's basically, I went to China, online of course, and I saw a selfie stick remote because I thought it would be really interesting that someone can click and that the app gets points real time. So I was looking at the characteristics of the click of that device, and it was possible to make an iBeacon of this Stampwallet, of this remote. So we have that as well. Also a management panel. A customer can come to your store because he's near the iBeacon. Our management panel knows this in real time. And that's a really interesting fact. For example, in a restaurant, when you have an iPad near the entrance and someone walks in and has Stampwallet on his phone, you know that he's in your store and that he's near your register or near your entrance. So you can say, hi Wouter, how are you? Nice having you here. So it's getting really personal. Connecting API, we can connect multiple loyalty systems or ways to collect stamps. Promo codes, interesting because when it's really busy and someone is not a Stampwallet user yet and is really busy in a store, for example at the Starbucks, you don't want to explain what Stampwallet is and download the app now because it really takes really a lot of time. It must take not more than 10 seconds to redeem a stamp or to give stamps to your customers. So a promo code is a unique code every user can only use one time. So you can give them, for example, a flyer, or you can print it on your receipt, or you can put it on your Facebook and encourage users to use a promo code because two things are happening. One, they will be rewarded with one or multiple stamps. And second is that your card, your stamp card is automatically added to their stamp wallet. So they start as a user. The next time they come, they can use other ways to collect the stamps. Another one is the POS and the NFC chip. I will come to that later because that's something we're building right now. Does everyone know what an iBeacon is and how it works? I thought it was really important to show again. An iBeacon is a really small device. It can be like this. The only thing it does is sending out a signal every couple of seconds or milliseconds. And it has multiple things that it's transmitting. For example, the name, the UID, the minor, major, and TX power. They're all just numbers. But this will make the iBeacon unique, so you can identify it as a device or a location, for example. So how does it work? An iBeacon is always a hybrid, or in this case, it's a hybrid. Why? It needs another device to function. So it's only sending a signal, and it needs a device like a phone or an app to identify, okay, this is location X, so I show content that's related in our cloud or on the phone that's related to that certain location. Is it a bit clear? I can explain it easier how it works with Stampwallet. You walk into a store, you open Bluetooth because it works with Bluetooth, and the store will automatically open in our Stampwallet app. And that's what the iBeacon does. So that's also a really nice thing about our app. You don't have to look for your stamp cards again when you're in the store. It automatically will pop up, so you don't have to look within all your stamp cards, like 50 or something. iBeacon is a Stampwallet, what I told you. It's store recognition. It's around 40 meters. So when you walk around the store and you have your Stampwallet open, it pops up and it updates every time when you walk in another Stampwallet store. To collect stamps or redeem full cards, the same thing I said earlier, and analytics is also a thing I mentioned before. So when someone is near, you know it, so you can save it and you can analyze their behavior. Because we're in Curacao and because we work with iBeacon technology, I thought it was interesting to show you the challenges we faced or are facing. For example, smartphone users, when you're in Holland or in America or somewhere else, it's a common sense that a lot of users are having a smartphone. Here it's still not a really big amount of customers that has a smartphone. Besides that, when they have a smartphone, they still need to have good internet. We have, of course, UTS and other services and Wi-Fi, but still the adoption is lower than in other areas in the world. And also it's not continued. So what I mean by that is some users have prepaid, for example, and other users don't even have internet on the telephone. Another thing is Bluetooth. Like I told you before, the iBeacons work with Bluetooth, and the really small amount of people has Bluetooth constantly on. Why? Because they still think it takes a lot of batteries. That's, I think, an old fact. Here it's only 30%, but it's growing worldwide, and worldwide they say it's now 63%. So we're getting a bit higher. Third-party iBeacons, we used other iBeacons of other developers that we used, but they were not acting as expected. And for example, the battery was down really fast because the interval of the iBeacon, the only thing that it does, sending out a signal every time, but it's constantly on. So it took a lot of battery, and there was only a small coin battery in it. So that was something we really challenged. In-house development for us is really hard to find good personnel, and I mean developers, of course, like Android developers or iOS developers. Training of merchants. We really thought we had a dummy-proof app, and that was not the case. So that's something really good about Curaçao, and I want to point that out. Curaçao is a really great market for these kind of apps. Why? Because you have a great proof of concept. You're close to your customers, and you're also close to their clients or customers. So it's really nice to learn and to adapt your app and to improve it. So that's why I think that Curaçao is really, or the Caribbean has great potential for apps like Stampwallet or other initiatives. Issues and bugs, of course, I think every developer is facing that, but I hoped it was more or less, but it's really a lot of bugs and issues. Every time you have an update, you have to check it. We have an A/B test team of 20 people in India and Venezuela, but still, app is live, and boom, you have an issue. An app is not working, and it needs to work, continue to have a success, of course, because it's loyalty, and you want to give people stamps. Okay, next one. Part of our solution was building our own hardware. We found a partner in Canada. We're really glad. I met with them on a trade show in Amsterdam when I was there for a car wash app. And what they do, they are building hardware based on Raspberry Pis. And then I was thinking, okay, this is really interesting because the Raspberry Pi, you can connect it to the internet, meaning that it gets multiple functions. One, it's acting like an iBeacon, but it's also running our software. And why is that interesting? Because what I told you earlier is that an iBeacon is a one-way communication device. And now you turn it into a two-way communication device because it can send, but it can also receive and do something with the data. So when a user is in your store, the phone doesn't have to send it to the cloud anymore, but the Raspberry Pi can do it, the super iBeacon, the cloud beacon in our case. So having this connection, like we show here, it's a printer listener, so we can connect the super iBeacon to a printer, and it reads what the total amount of the purchase was, and we can calculate through our cloud how many stamps the user has to give, and we only have to send one amount to the phone. So this makes it possible that the user comes in your store, NFC tag, and that's something I will come to later. Okay, why are we building a super iBeacon, or why did we think this was necessary? Because you can also use Stampwallet without a smartphone using NFC key change. The Raspberry Pi is not only acting as an iBeacon, but also as an Eddystone, also as a Wi-Fi host, also as a GPS transmitter, and also as an NFC transmitter. The internet and connectivity, the iBeacon is not a hybrid anymore, connected to our cloud, so we can send data to a phone using the S-Beacon as transmitter instead of the other way around. The Bluetooth and BLE, adding more protocols, like I said earlier. Third-party iBeacons, we can now change our iBeacon behavior and test it exactly how it works with our app and not get out-of-the-box iBeacon and have to work with that. So we can adapt to the function of our app. In-house development is a part. We found a hardware partner, like I told you earlier, and they're developing it in Canada, but we will assemble it here on Curaçao. The possibilities, I made a scenario here for you. Why we think this is really interesting for Curaçao. Like I told you earlier, not everyone has a smartphone or internet. Okay, I'm always on. 2 slides left. The scenario with Coca-Cola. Because we have an NFC reader, someone can go online. We give out NFC keychains. It's just a little keychain or a pass or whatever. A user can put a unique code and attach it to his Stampwallet account. From that moment on, he can go everywhere in the store. Because the stores have the iBeacon connected to the register, he only has to touch the super iBeacon with his keychain, and our cloud will update his user account that he has stamps for a certain merchant or store. So I hope you see that's really interesting for here, because now we suddenly have a market of how many people we have on Curaçao, 150,000 or 140,000. So that's a big market, and first it was only the percentage that has a smartphone. So this scenario is for Coca-Cola. You walk in the store, you buy a Coca-Cola product, we read it from the printer that it is a Coca-Cola product. You touch with your unique NFC keychain or super iBeacon, and your stamp will be rewarded on your card. Next is possibility, the Internet of Things, smart stores. Because we have the super beacon now, we can deploy more iBeacons in the store. And when we have it, for example, when we put one simple iBeacon at the shoes and another one at the t-shirts, we now suddenly it's become a location in the store, a unique location. So we can see that someone is watching the shoes for the last 3 or 4 minutes, and then you can send proximity marketing to his phone and send an advertisement, for example. So it's a really nice way. I only had 3 minutes left, so I have to go further. So this is the proximity marketing. Now we know he's watching at the, what is it, swimwear, and we can send push notification depending on the location of that user. So I hope you see, that Stampwallet is more than only stamp card for users. It's a real big platform with a lot of potential. Future challenges, I thought maybe this is interesting to discuss later or when we meet. More local talent, better mobile internet, better support from banks and governments for example, online payments, more Caribbean initiatives. Like I told you, Curaçao and other islands are great for proof of concept, and mobile payments. So that's it. Does anyone has a question or remarks?
Where's the moderator?
Or don't we have time anymore? Oh.
Can we take questions, Bevel? Yeah? Okay, good. When we were preparing for this session, one of the questions I posed to you, and you explained it to me, that in the Caribbean, basically everyone here in the room, we are all facing small markets. And we discussed this yesterday also with the Curaçao app. How do you deal with the 150,000 people you were referring to in Curaçao? How do you deal with the small markets? And are you looking also towards other markets that you can export your product to the other markets?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like I told you earlier, I think 150 is still a lot, 150,000. But we're not getting even that amount of users, of course. But because you're really close to that users, it's really easy to implement the same structure to other islands. For example, we're active on Bonaire and Aruba as well. And when you get all those markets and you learn here how they behave and how they adapt and how fast you can sell it to stores, for example, then I think the Caribbean is really interesting, because it's really easy to expand. So that's how I'm dealing. So what we're looking for were agents that can sell our concept on different islands, from different countries, etc. So we're building a concept that can be used worldwide.
Yeah, so you are actually creating local content that is exportable, let's say.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Good, good.
All right, any other questions? Walter? We have one in front.
Walter, quick question. Niels Liberia, UTS. Does the app have to be opened when you walk in the store or you walk in the proximity of one of your customers?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
You can use background services for this, but we have to have permissions from the user, and the user can put it on and off as well. But even if the app is closed, we can still push. For example, if you walk here now, you will get a push notification that you're near Starbucks or Aqua. And it is possible with the app off. But iBeacon technology needs that the app is open in the background. Eddystone doesn't, but it's only working on Android that way. So,
right. One more? Yes. How many users do you need to make the business model work?
Yeah, that's a good one. What we have here now is like 200 stores, and they all pay an amount. But how we sell it is every time we have more stores, then we gain more users. So you can grow. You need the users to get the merchants. So it's difficult. Because Stampwallet is really cheap, or really not expensive, let's say like that, for stores. So you need a bigger amount to sell, but for the islands it's really nice to have and sell it this way. So it's difficult to say what's enough for you, of course.
All right, so we'll take our final question from the remote hub in Barbados. No?
It's coming in. It's there yet.
All right, so we'll have to take it afterwards. So thank you very much, Walter.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's give him a round of applause.
Just a comment from Jason.
That's okay. So
Okay.
we'll take it later, yeah. Thanks, Jason.